call it a colorful alien invasion. Those are the 3 words I would use to describe it. So I work full-time in the music and festival industry, and there was definitely a huge influence in the events that I see so often throughout the year. Like Bonnaroo and Con is a huge one in my wedding planning process, and it ended up being very colorful. I think the real core of what I was going for was that I wanted the event to personify the 2 of us. We had an Indian American wedding, and so an aspect of our reception was the Sangeet, which is traditionally a full event dedicated to performances and showmanship, and so incorporating that with like the program and the setup of the space was huge and instrumental in all of our planning as well. Oh my gosh. So Sarah, who we worked with, was like instrumental in that vibe and color palette being decided for the whole wedding, because we were creating something that we had never seen on Pinterest. It was an Indian American wedding in the Colorado winter, so kind of a specific aesthetic to hit. So the color scheme was like whites, burgundy, and red, and like maybe like some light pinks, and that was it. And then once Neha found the bridesmaid dresses, I had a meeting with Sarah, and I was like, I think we might need to re-examine the color scheme. And I pulled up like a picture of all of the dresses, and she was like, I think that this is a lot more you, and helped me go through and like pick individual colors out of like all the dresses to create an entirely new like color palette. And the color palette created on Poppy actually became what I screenshotted and sent to our other decorators, our wedding coordinators, our venue. It was like on all of my Canva boards. So she is the one who created my color palette, and it really felt like such a personification of me. And she drew up the full physical drawing of the dream. She like used AI to like create and help us visualize it. A lot of initial questionnaires are very, very similar. So I submitted quite a few questionnaires, and there was no other company that was willing to be so upfront with their pricing. It was very difficult to find line itemized price information for as many variants as I saw on Poppy. From the beginning, the website is amazing. There's no other vendor website that has such like a deep level of customization as what we experienced doing flowers with Poppy. There was no other place where you could go and like add line items, switch things out, upload inspo photos, and then have your representative able to like go in the back end and send you suggestions so you're not overwhelmed. It was like the perfect balance of customization and outrageous amounts of options. So I just thought it was the best. I loved it. The budget that we set going through Poppy's initial questionnaire was the full and final price of all of our florals at the end of it. We, went back and forth on ways to find that balance between fresh and artificial. And obviously we wanted as much fresh as possible in the places that it mattered the most. And we ended up utilizing so much, I would say like 80%, 85% of our budget on the fresh. It was so luxury, but we paid budget prices. Honestly, our mandap, like the way it was set up, it was my favorite design aspect of the day. My jaw hit the floor when I saw it in the morning. It was a single point in all of time that encapsulated everything we wanted, and we were almost in a spaceship. So it really did act as this catalyst to transition us through the portal of our huge life transition. And I was like looking up in it, and I really felt like I was in some sort of like cartoon. It was so gorgeous. It was so surreal. It felt so otherworldly. My planner Danny came in and was like, everyone is walking up and taking photos of your mandap, and I was like, oh, that's so funny. And then the next day I get on Facebook, and everyone had posted all over social media just like pictures of the canopy, like just like, can you believe this? Focusing on it as a gift, I think, is the best way to be present when you're feeling feelings that you have never ever felt before.